Hi guys, and welcome to this video where we're going to be speaking about relative formula mass. Now, if you don't know what relative atomic mass is, then stop this video right now and go and take a look at my video on that, because I'm assuming in here that you understand. Anyway, so what we're going to be having a look at here is what relative formula mass is for a particular compound, and we're going to look at being able to calculate the relative formula mass of any compound using the periodic table. So let's dive straight in and have a look. Okay then, so what is the relative formula mass? Well, it is the sum total of the relative atomic masses of the atoms which make up a particular element or compound. Now, for example, let's say that I had, do something simple like water. Well, water actually has the formula H2O, okay, H2O. That means one water molecule contains two hydrogen atoms and an oxygen atom. And so, the relative formula mass of water is the sum total of the relative atomic masses of two hydrogens and one oxygen. So let's go and have a look at the periodic table. There we go. And from the periodic table, the relative atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 and the relative atomic mass of oxygen is 16. And so what we actually have is we have hydrogen, which is 1, and we have 2 of those, and we have oxygen, which is 16. We only have 1 of those. So in order to work out the relative formula mass, we have 2 lots of hydrogens plus, and I don't really need to bracket this, but I'm going to anyway, 1 lot of oxygen, and I was going to write oxygen there, 1 lot of 16, which is oxygen, and that is equal to 2 plus 16, which is 18. And so that means the relative formula mass of water, is 18. Okay, now, importantly, if you have a chemical equation, you also need to be able to work out relative formula mass. And I'm just going to use a chemical equation which contains water, just so we're consistent. Let's say we're going to make water by adding hydrogen and oxygen together, right? Or you've got H2 plus O2 making H2O, right? Of course, then I'm going to balance, and I'm going to do it in another color just because I feel like it. And if I'm to balance these, well, I have 2 oxygens here and only 1 over there, which means I need 2 of these. But if I have 2 of those, then I have 4 hydrogens, which means I need 2 of those as well. Okay, now, what is the relative formula mass of water in this equation? Well, the relative formula mass is no different, right? The numbers in the front, so the big numbers, actually make no difference to the relative formula mass of the substance, because it is a characteristic of the substance, right? Not of the equation. Water has a relative formula mass of 18. We've already calculated that. The fact that there's 2 waters in this equation does not make a difference to the relative formula mass. So that stays exactly the same. Right, now one more example. Let's just take oxygen from here. Oxygen is not a compound, it's an element, but it still has a relative formula mass because the formula of an oxygen molecule is O2, as you can see here. And so that is therefore 16 plus 16, giving you 32 as the relative formula mass of oxygen. Right, lastly, just a quick point, relative formula mass is sometimes written MR. AR is the relative atomic mass. That's completely my fault. It's sometimes written as MR, right? And you'll probably recognize that from the mole equations. If you do triple chemistry, then you will recognize that, right? So if you see it written as MR, that stands for relative formula mass. It's just a quicker way of saying it than relative formula mass. Other people will write it RFM, whatever it is. It's just a quicker way of writing it down. Okay, and so I'm going to stop there. That was really quick. It's just how you work out the relative formula mass of a element or a compound. And that is that. So now you know what the relative formula mass is, and you can calculate it for any compound from the periodic table, and that is all great. If you do have any questions, please feel free to pop them below, and I'll do my best, to get back to you. But as usual, please like and subscribe because it really does help me out. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.